Welcome back to episode 9 of building our ultimate expedition vehicle. On this episode, we switch gears and start building out the interior. I'm Courtney, and that's my husband Riley. Driven by a desire to learn new skills, we set off to build our ultimate expedition vehicle. With a timeline of 2 months, we are pushing ourselves to create a vehicle that will allow us to ski, mountain bike, and off-road our way through the country. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we started this project, but it's turning into so much more than just an RV. So buckle up and follow along, because this is Ambition Strikes. It's dark. I don't even know what day of the week it is. I'm editing the bathroom episode. Riley's working on things.
I'm working on trying to figure out our interior layout.
We've been working on this thing every day, all day.
But that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. But we might have gone crazy.
I'm still having fun. Are you still having fun?
Yes. The 3-way fridges that we've had in our campers have always been awful and never worked very well. So we're actually gonna be using a 12-volt compressor style fridge. It's gonna be in here under the dinette seat, and then it'll be on a slide, and you slide it out because it's a chest style, and so this door opens up to get something out. So you can slide it out and then access it to put your groceries in and out. Originally on this fridge, the plug was right here and you plugged into the front, but we're gonna do a false front cabinet door on this, and we wanted the wire to run out the back. So what we did is we popped this plug out, just moved it back here, hooked in our power cord, and then ran it out the side over here, and it'll run along the back of the fridge. So I sealed the inside of this wood to protect it from moisture, and now we're gonna mount the drawer slides.
We're using this Forstner bit to drill a blind hole in this plywood because we don't want the hole going all the way through and showing on the other side. And then into the hole, if you've ever assembled IKEA furniture, you've probably used these. This is a threaded insert that we're going to thread into that hole. And that's going to give us a secure place to bolt our drawer slide to.
I got Riley these slick little corner clamps for Christmas, but I gave them to him early so we can try them out on this project.
These little clamps that we got for putting together these boxes have been awesome. This is always a joint that we've struggled with keeping all lined up. You know, you don't have enough hands, but these fit into the corner, squeeze it tight, everything's lined up. This end helps you keep it flush. This little block slides back and forth, so you can even clamp two different thicknesses material to each other. What do you think, guys? Do you want to know what's in the box?
Can I open it? Is this so that I can have warm feet while I shoot bugs on our trip?
Exactly.
Riley has a favorite dad joke. It's when you have bare feet, you have bare feet.
I got her socks so she can be warm even with bare feet. So just like we did on the other side, we're going to be using the Forstner bit to drill some blind holes to install the threaded inserts into our shower wall to hold the other drawer slide. We're adding some washers to space the drawer slides away from the wall slightly so that it'll clear this lip. Something in the mechanism of this slide collides with the bolts we were using, so I had to grind the head off significantly to give us enough room to open and close the slide with these hardware.
I'm sitting here and he's reading the Gorilla Glue instructions, and it says that you need to moisten whatever you're gluing. So what does he do?
Lightly dampen one surface with water. Do not add water to bottle. Need a drill bit for these screws because we're just going to screw these straight into the side of the fridge and hope that we don't break the fridge.
I really hope we don't break the fridge.
There's a little gap between the fridge and the slide back here, just because the side of this fridge is a little curved to it. So we're gonna slide this washer in there to take up that gap because we want the drawer slides to remain straight. We don't want them to get bent around the fridge.
Drawer slides are a pain in the butt. They're really hard when you're building something to get them lined up. And so right now we're fighting just getting everything aligned.
Yeah, the lock mechanism either wouldn't hold it open or wouldn't hold it closed. And we were trying to realign the lock side and finally realized that it was actually the other side that was the problem.
So we have the fridge slide all set up now. So you go to the grocery store, you bring your groceries in, you set them down in the hallway. Pull this out, it's locked in place. You can load your groceries up. Then when you're ready, just close it, lock it up. So next, we're gonna work on a false door front to cover this up.
What are you doing?
I was gonna shoot bugs, but I can't find any bugs. But it works. We spent all day making this, but we've been calling it our church pew. I don't know what you actually call it. It's gonna go right here and it's gonna trim out the front of this cabinet, and it's also gonna keep the cushions from wanting to slide off. Something that's really important when you're making cabinet doors is for all of the pieces to be the same thickness. So we're gonna run them through the planer. So once we have them planed to thickness, we're actually gonna put the joints in them, and this is how you make the frame of the cabinet. So you use the router table, and there's this bit here, and it's gonna, at one height, the bit puts this shape in it, and at its different height, it puts this shape in it, and that's how you are able to join the pieces together.
This is the control panel for the refrigerator, and we didn't want to permanently cover it up with this door. So instead we cut this hole out of our front panel, and this guy fits perfectly in it.
Alder is really pretty, but it is known for taking stain really blotchy. So I'm gonna be using this, which is it's a pre-stain wood conditioner. And what that does is it helps penetrate the wood so that the stain goes on a lot more even. So this is what it looks like once it has the wood conditioner on. Something to note is that if you use the wood conditioner, it won't take the stain color quite as dark, which is okay, that's the look I'm going for. But if you want a really dark stain, you're not gonna wanna use the wood conditioners. had the door glue up overnight. We're gonna unclamp it now and go mount it to the fridge. It's time to mount the cabinet front to the fridge. So we made these right angle brackets and we screwed them into the fridge. And now we need to get the door lined up, which can be kind of tricky. So what we did is we put VHB tape on them. We'll get the door all lined up, and then that way we can pull it out. We can pull the brackets off. We can then screw into the door, and then everything will line back up.
And we didn't break the display.
And it lit up. It works.
So the vent fan on the fridge is right here on the side. So we added this louver so that it can blow the hot air out the side. And then it's able to suck air in this gap on the bottom of the cabinet and the gap on this side of the cabinet. So the only thing we have left to do on this fridge is install a cabinet pole when it arrives in a few days. And this job is done.
If you've enjoyed our series, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along as we build our ultimate expedition vehicle.